Hello everyone, it's time to let's play a little bit of Europa Barbarorum 2, and I will be playing as the faction that's called Koinon Hellenon, and it's a faction of 3 different Greek cities who have joined together in a sort of loose league or alliance for their own self-preservation against the very hostile political climate of this period, and especially against the bad boys Macedon, which was trying to assert its hegemony over Greece in this period, as well as other great powers like Epirus, the Seleucids, the Ptolemies, and just all of those successor states of Alexander who are trying to control Greece. But we're not going to let them. We are going to resist. We are going to call our citizen hoplites, and we're going to drive the barbarians out. So let's just go ahead and start the campaign. There is just a short intro. Some loading, at least we have time to read the quote. The loading times are usually quick for me, so I don't have time to read all the quotes. It's a bit of a luxury problem that I have. Alright, here we are. And we're going to ignore this because this is just to choose your heir to start with, and our heir is already fine. So this is our starting position. We are playing as the Greeks. This faction is, rather than being a unified nation, it's more of a loose alliance of different Greek city-states, namely the city of Athens and the city of Sparta, and over here the city of Rhodes. So let's just, to begin with, this is a role-playing campaign, so I'm going to have some house rules and try not to power game or to play as well as I can play. I mean, I'm not doing this to conquer the world. I just want to explore this faction and talk a little bit about history. So our cities are Athens, of course. It is the capital of this faction. We have a long description of the region of Attica, which we are obviously not going to read at this moment. We have the famous Acropolis. Acropolis is actually not... we often use the word Acropolis to mean just the most famous Acropolis in Athens, but in the classical period it was common for lots of cities to have an Acropolis, which is just it's usually a high part of the city, higher up than the rest, easily defended, and somewhere you can retreat to if you lose the rest of the city. So sometimes cities would be otherwise conquered, but the Acropolis would still hold out for a lot longer. And in Athens we have an important guy who is not our faction leader, but he is the architect behind this league. He's called Cremonides, and the war that broke out not too long after the start of start date of Europa Barbarorum II between these Greek states and Macedon, with other Hellenic powers getting involved, was called the Cremonidan War, named after this guy, and he took an active part in it, of course. What happened to him was, historically, the Greek cities lost the war, and Cremonides had to go into exile. He had to flee to Egypt, and after that he kept fighting against the Macedonians with the Ptolemies in Egypt. And over here we have his brother Glaucon, who is in this island which is called Euboea, and he is leading some cavalry. And in Sparta we have this guy who is the son of the king of Sparta. Right now he is at the center of a scandal because he is having an affair with a married woman, a woman who is married to his uncle, which is a scandal, but apparently the Spartans were sympathetic of this couple, and his uncle, who was the real husband of this woman, is currently in Epirus, this kingdom, with the king of Epirus, who is called Pyrrhus, and at this uncle's behest, Pyrrhus is going to come to Sparta and put it under siege. Now that's not going to happen in campaign, but it is what happened historically. And historically, Pyrrhus was unable to take Sparta. It was defended mainly by old men and or slaves and women, but he couldn't take the Acropolis. And what happened next was that he tried to attack the city of Argos, which is also in the Peloponnese. I'm not exactly sure where. And then in that siege he was killed in the streets of Argos. The king of Sparta is on Crete right now, ostensibly to hire mercenaries, although it is also possible for us to use this opportunity to try to let's say integrate another Greek city in our league, the city of Knossos, which is the capital of Crete in the campaign. In order to take Knossos, we would probably need to bolster our forces a little bit. So we might have to either hire some mercenaries, like he was supposed to do, or we could send reinforcements. We'll see what course we decide to take there. And then we have the city of Rhodes, where this guy called Agathocles is the leading politician in Rhodes, you might say. And I don't know that much about him. According to the in-game biography, he was a skilled politician and a good leader for Rhodes. And then we have another Rhodian here, who is not at all related to Agathocles. He is called Agathostratos, and he is historically he was a naval commander, and later in the Cremonidian War the Rhodians switched sides, and Agathostratos later defeated Cremonides in a naval battle where Cremonides was leading a Ptolemaic fleet. In case you don't know who I'm talking about, the Ptolemies, that's the ruling dynasty of Egypt in this period, and it is a successor state of Alexander. It was founded by the general Ptolemy, which if you have watched the movie Alexander, Ptolemy is the narrator, and the kind of the framing story of that film is that he is in Alexandria over here, and he is talking about the exploits of Alexander in flashbacks. But Ptolemy is dead by this time, and his successor is ruling Egypt. They were all called Ptolemy. All the male rulers of this dynasty were called Ptolemy. So I think he is Ptolemy II. It could be the third, but I'm not exactly sure. They were often at war with the other really large successor state of Alexander, which is the Seleucid Empire, which was founded by a general called Seleucus. And it is a vast empire which stretches all the way from modern-day Turkey over here to India over here. It's all represented in the game, and but it is a bit of a paper tiger because it has so many internal problems. So in the campaign in Europa Barbarorum 2, they often collapse and they get eaten up by the Ptolemies, or even by people called the Nabateans, who are sort of Arabian people here. It's an odd thing, but that's how Total War is sometimes. So I think we can try to decide on a course of action, and I think our first course of action is going to be to do nothing at all, because historically the Cremonesian League, which is what we're modeling here, it hadn't been formalized yet. It's still 2 years off, I think, that the deal between Athens and Sparta really takes place. So we are just going to pull Glaucon back to Athens, and we're going to just wait and see what the Macedonians do, because we are really scared of the Macedonians, and we don't know if the Spartans will come and help us, because the Spartans have problems of their own. Like I mentioned earlier, Pyrrhus, the king of the Epirots, who we are at war with, is threatening to come down here and land in the Peloponnese and attack Sparta. So is Aries going to run straight back to Sparta? I'm not so sure about that, because Aries has just arrived in Crete, and he doesn't want to go back empty-handed. He came to hire mercenaries, but he realizes that with the financing, with our finances being as they are, although it is a crisis, long term it's not going to be to our advantage to just spend all our money on mercenaries unless we stand to gain something too. So I think we are going to try to gain Knossos. We are going to attack Knossos early. We are going to lay the city under siege and build a few rams, and then next turn we'll hire mercenaries and attack the city right away. As you can see, the garrison is stronger than our forces. If they decide to sally forth, I just hope that we can defeat them. We will have a better chance than attacking their walls at any rate. But if they don't sally forth, then I think with our mercenaries we'll be able to take that city. And I would probably send the garrison of Rhodes to help, but I think since we're trying to roleplay this, I don't think the Rhodians have any interest in helping the Spartans just yet. So the Rhodians will just stay in Rhodes and mind their own business. I'm not going to build anything just yet because we have so little money and many more enemies. We have to be smart about how we spend our money to begin with, because we want to defeat the Macedonians. Normally I would probably disband our fleets, but I don't think that's really something that these rulers would want to do. Like Rhodes, for instance, the Rhodian fleet is very important. They are an island nation, and they wouldn't disband their fleets. And the Spartan fleet as well, I might disband that after we're done in Crete, but for now they'll just stay there. So that's all we're going to do on the first turn. Now our plan, our short-term goal is to try to liberate the city of Corinth from the Macedonians who are currently holding the city. I'm sure the Corinthians are eager to throw off the shackles of the Macedonians, and Corinth is going to be a nice, rich city that's going to enrich our league greatly. Once our league kicks off, of course. So let's just end our first turn. The Macedonians are moving their forces around. I'm sure they're going to try to besiege Athens, and it looks like that's exactly what they'll do. Now they're actually pulling back to Corinth when sending even more armies down. So now they are much stronger than us over there. Only Arius and his army on Crete can save Greece now. And we are afraid of the Macedonians because the Greeks don't have a great track record when it comes to defeating the Macedonians in land battles. Oh, so we have the option to adopt this fine young man, or fine middle-aged man, I should say, into our family. I see he is sharp, charismatic, and vigorous. That's very good. And he's unselfish and optimistic. So that's definitely someone we want in our family. He is a Boeotian, who are from a region north of Attica, who are they are sort of for the Athenians they are rustics. They are country yokels. So he might not be taken that seriously in Athenian high society. They'll laugh at his Boeotian dialect and his quaint customs. But he is going to be a useful general for us, and of course he's going to bring a number of elite hoplites as a retinue as well. So that's useful. The relations have worsened with Epirus. That's too bad. No, it doesn't really matter at all, actually. And the young Boeotian, let's try to remember his name, is Eukon Troisdenios. That's married into our family. And some people gain traits. Oh, it looks like Glaucon gained an ancillary who is actually a historical person. That's pretty cool. So who is this guy? He is a physicist and a philosopher. Oh. Yeah, I like that. So that will be good for Glaucon. Oh, and Cremonidus also gained a historical ancillary. Oh, I'm very pleased with this. Another philosopher. He theorized the view that the Earth and planets revolved around the Sun, which was larger than the Earth. Wow, this guy is ahead of his time. Wow. He calculated the radius of the Moon and its distance from Earth, and his geometry was sound, but his measurements were off, so his numbers were not correct. Still though, I mean, in this period, just figuring out, he was correct of course, he couldn't really know, but he was correct that the Earth revolves around the Sun. That's pretty cool. Something else happened. Glaucon was elected as Nesiarchos, holds the naval command over the Cyclades Islands, these islands in the Aegean. Okay. We're going to attack Knossos. Let's see. As you can see, we're losing money. We had 10,000 minae last turn. Now we have only 8,500. And hiring mercenaries is not really going to help, but we want to take Knossos. That's going to bring us cash as well. We might get some Palangites. They are expensive, but they're going to be great for getting into the city in the narrow streets. They're going to kill a lot of Cretans, I'm sure. And Cretan archers. Some of the best archers in the game. We already have some Cretan archers, but it never hurts to have more, and they're not that expensive. Of course, the defenders are going to have Cretan archers of their own, who are going to be deadly. And we will also get one more unit. I'm not sure if I should take some Galatians. They are Celts who migrated into modern day Turkey only a couple of decades or so before the start date here. I think we'll get some hoplites instead. More hoplites always good. So that cost us 6,000 minae, so I hope it's going to be a sound investment. So let's try to take Knossos. We have one ram, but I think that's all we're going to need. I hope so. Assault the city. So the balance of power, as it says here, is in our favor. We have about an even number of men. We have a few more. They have a good commander, but our commander, King Arius, is just as good. Alright, let's see if we can defeat these Cretans and win their land by the spear. I'm not sure if Boudica really said that, because Tacitus was a guy who would make up quotes like this just to prove his point about the virtuous barbarians. Alright, so we have our one ram, and I think we're going to try to bring down a piece of wall, and then the gate and another piece of wall, I guess. Our Cretan archers are going to be in range of the enemy and pepper them with arrows right from the start. Our other Cretans who fight as Peltastai, they are light infantry with oval shields, and they don't have oval shields. Sorry, they have, yeah, but they are light infantry who throw javelins. And the Cretans were very well known for their archers, but these guys were also widely used as mercenaries, and they followed Alexander all the way to India as well. And our hoplites will be first into the breach, unless we send our phalanx in first. We'll see what I think is most advantageous. And Arius's retinue hoplites are our crack troops. So I'm definitely going to risk him, just because I think we need them to win the battle. We'll see. I think we can just start the battle. We'll send the ram over to the wall. And we'll send our Peltastai to throw javelins. The rest will stay back for now. No, on second thought, I'll send my hoplites right away. So they are doing something that the AI often does, send their troops out of the gate, which is not very smart. The gate is open now. We might be able to, if we defeat this cavalry, and we don't even have to do that actually, we can just power on and just take the gates. It's likely that we can just, if we can get our hoplites over to the gate, they're going to slaughter these light troops. And we'll take the gate right away without having to use the ram. So we'll try that. Not very smart AI. Shouldn't really come as a surprise. Okay, looks like they might close the gate after all. No, the gate is still open. Our hoplites are going to take the gate without a fight. This is stupid, but it's to our advantage. And we won't send Darius in immediately. We'll send in a couple of units of hoplites. Hoplite mercenaries. No pop-up saying that we've taken the gate, so I guess we have to defeat the defenders and drive them back from the gate first. The ram, oh, I stopped the ram. Or they stopped on their own because they were under attack. I'm not sure how it's going to go with the mercenaries here. They might be defeated, but we're not going to let that happen. We're going to try to get there with a ram first. Oh, there's the pop-up, and the gate is ours. That will mean less. That will mean we won't be shot at by arrows from the towers, I hope. Maybe we'll send the Palangites in through the breach we make in the wall. Lost the gate. It's only a temporary setback. So here is the pushing match between the mercenary hoplites and the Cretans who are defending their homes. Stop defending your homes, Cretans, and embrace this modern age of cooperation between the Hellenes, please. Oh, and they sent some men out to fight us outside the walls. But they're not going to last long against Arius and his elites. We'll send these guys just to help. And when these spearmen break, it's going to hurt the Cretans' morale. So that's good for me as well. Speed up a little bit. It's just a big pushing match, and I hope it's going to change once we reach the walls in one more place. You see, our mercenaries are getting tired, but so are the Cretans. So that's it. We're in 2 places. And I don't know if it will really be necessary to breach the wall in one more place, but we might as well do that. Send these Cretans to make another hole so these guys can throw javelins, and then we send Palangites in to flank and kill. It's not so much finesse in this battle, it's mostly just trying to overpower the Cretans. So this is not good for the Cretans. phalanx is a formation that's almost invisible from the front. That's why it was so effective at pinning the enemy down, while other forces went around to attack their flanks. That's the standard tactic centered around the phalanx. But in this case, in the game, the phalanx is great at just fighting in a choke point like this, because there's no way to get around them. Keep throwing javelins, please. This is a bit pointless, I realize now. Or maybe not, because I can send the Cretan Peltastai around and take the center of the city. And maybe outflank these guys from another angle. Attack the rear. These can get into the city at a run and try to fight these archers. Hopefully defeat them and then go into the city center and then go down here to attack the rear of this enemy blob. We can send our Hippocontistai, our mounted javelineers, to throw their javelins into the mass. Big mass of enemies here. Okay, so our Peltastai were fighting their compatriots. Their own countrymen here seem to be doing well. They are armed in a similar way, but I hope that the Peltasts are going to get the better of the Cretan archers. I think they will. Some Cretans have started to rout, speed up again. I think the battle is very much in our favor. Victory will be ours. It says here it is a distinct possibility. Yeah, I think so. I think it is a possibility. It's a good thing we have some rested troops here in reserve. They can go and finish off the Cretans once they retreat from this fighting here. Okay, it's going good. It's going well, I mean. I probably should be careful about using correct grammar, even though no one's going to watch this, just in case someone does. They can't no one's going to say mean things about me because I said something wrong. Mercenaries earning their keep, a lot of them dying, which of course means I don't have to pay them, so that's good. Any more than the sizable advance they've already been paid, of course. Mercenaries aren't significantly more expensive to keep than regular troops in this mod. It's just maybe slightly more expensive. So it's not a bad idea to hire mercenary hoplites, because you have a finite pool of troops that you can hire that replenishes quite slowly. I mean, in the cities they use the medieval 2 system where you can hire a certain amount of troops, and then you have to wait for the pool of units in a city to replenish before you hire more. So our Peltastai made it, and they defeated the archers, so now they're going to go in here into the center. But the archers have retreated there, and they're going to fight to the last man, so the Peltast will just have to kill all the archers before they can be freed up to do anything else. Our troops are all getting very tired. I hope that the Cretans are tiring as well. So, but we can send some troops around them, some rested troops, and that will hopefully break their spirit. Yeah, that's it. Now they're starting to run. More and more of them. Maybe send our cavalry to pursue, because once they get to the city center, they're going to be unbreakable, and we'll have to kill every last one of them. And they can stay here. Our fresh troops go in, and enemy general died. I guess he is the tyrant of Knossos, Ainesidemos, or Ainesidemos. I'm not sure where to put accent. So this nice vase painting, which I think it's Achilles killing. It's killing. What's this guy called again? This is a scene from the Trojan War, and it was prophesied that this man would have to die before Troy would fall. So Achilles tried to rape him and then killed him. Achilles wasn't a great guy. He was a bit of a cunt, actually. The battle is as good as over at this point. That's it, we won the battle. We didn't lose too many troops, so we have some that we can send back to mainland Greece to help in the inevitable Macedonian siege of Athens or Sparta that's going to come any moment. Quote from Hannibal. He had some really good quips. That's it. Now, as the victors, we can do as we please with the vanquished, and we will just occupy it, because, yeah, we want them to become a part of our glorious league and help us against the Macedonians. But I think we're going to quit here and then decide what to do with Knossos next time, if we're going to conquer it or make it an autonomous free polis in our league. So thank you for watching, and see you then.